The point that I really found out I was really good was I played against one of the best players in the world. I played against ranked top 200 for 2 years in a row. Completely annihilated him, and it's like, hey, like I actually am better than some people who make a lot of money to playing this game. Maybe I have a shot if I work hard enough. I'm Garrett Bennett. I'm a sophomore musical theater and accounting double major. I play for the school League of Legends team, and I'm the top laner. The highest rank that I made is Diamond 5, which is pretty good. Last season, that was like 0.5% out of all the players who play. Esports is a competitive video games. You're playing against your friends, but all the best in the world come together and they play different games. A lot of, most competitive games are Dota, League of Legends, Hearthstone. League of Legends is a 5v5 capture the base sort of game. Push through the lanes to get to their base and destroy their base and win. It's a lot of individual play, but it's a huge team game. In middle school, I played football and wrestled, and on the side, we were always big gamers. Like we would play, we started with RuneScape and moving on to other games just for fun. But when it came to like my sophomore year in high school, I noticed that I was getting a lot better than my brothers at this video game. So I would spend my weekends, instead of just like goofing off with my friends or going to do stuff, I would be in my room playing video games with some of my friends thinking, hey, like this is actually really fun, and watching more competitive games. My mom's always yelling, stop being on the computer 7 hours a day, go outside. The difference between me and a normal college kid is I guess I wake up at 8:01 instead of 8 a.m. Like I'm pretty much just a normal guy. Like I go to class, I have these practices and rehearsals, and I still like hang out with my friends and like do all this stuff. But I guess the difference is that like I value esports. My typical day with esports is usually I go to class, but also like during the day I'm watching videos of like pros play. I'll do probably an hour of that, but also like I'll go into normal solo queue games, which is your normal game you're playing against 5 random people. So the training that goes into it, like practicing, a lot of esports athletes, they are practicing every day, 10 hours a day. There's hard work that gets you there, but there's also like natural talent, like reaction times. You can't get that from many other players. The normal criticisms of esports is, oh, you're calling yourself an athlete. That's normally the pushback, but also it's along the lines of, hey, like why would you spend your time in a room for 8 hours trying to be better than someone on a computer game that you'll never physically touch? They think of it as kind of a joke sometimes when I say I play for like a school team, and they think it's all of us in our basements trying to, beat up on each other. But I mean, there's a huge following of it. Like they have over 27 million people watching one event playing this game. In 2013, League of Legends, their Worlds Finals, it only went second to the Super Bowl. If that doesn't connect to athletics at all, what does? There was a lot of pressure on all of us in general. We have all these teams on campus that are winning teams. So going in, we're like, hey, like we're gonna make a name for ourselves in esports, and we're gonna be one of those winning teams too, to make this like an actual staple. Our first game, I think, was against Clemson. They had a couple highly ranked players, and we're like, all right, like we see these highly ranked players all the time, like we should put up a good fight. And we go in and we lose in 10 minutes, which is unprecedented. Like it's one of the worst losses you can have. And then we were like, all right, we have a 10-minute break. We take a breather. Like, we had just put on our jerseys. Like, we're like, hey, like we can do this. Like, we got it. And then we lost worse the second time. And then we take a week off, and we're like, hey, like, if we lose 2, we're basically out of the playoffs. We can't play in the playoffs. So we're like, hey, we have to win this next one. We put up a little bit of a fight, and then we lost again. Our expectations going in were to, hey, we're gonna make some strides and do well in the tournament. And the first 2 weeks, we're out of the tournament. And then it seemed like the rest of the season, hey, like, why are we even playing if we're not gonna compete? I felt like the team was falling apart, and we didn't have, like, the players, like, put together as a team. And it was kind of like pulling each other apart instead of finding ways to win. We went 0-8 for the regular season. So I felt that after that, hey, like, we're done. I guess we're just gonna be a Hearthstone school. Our season basically was a huge flop. It's kind of sad to say, but there's nowhere to go but up after you lose 8 games. You've lost every game. If you win 1, you're up, you know? We actually just competed in a tournament at Florida Poly. We made some strides there. We got 3rd place. That definitely drew some attention. Like, we were in the lowest of the low game against Florida Polytechnic, the hardest game, and we came back and won. And that, like, drove our team, like, big hearts, even if we lost the rest of our games, which we did. It really gave us, like, fire and, like, the drive to, like, keep playing. We all want to go to practice. We all have seen each other in the game room, like, working hard. For esports in general, like, we already see, like, an uptrend. I think that in general, it's just gonna grow even more. We've got some grit. Like, I think that maybe next year we're gonna show maybe a couple more teams that we can definitely break some ankles. I want to win 4 games next year, 4 of the 6. It wouldn't hurt to make playoffs and win 5 games, but I want to win 4. I'm for sure we're gonna do that. I have no doubt. For naysayers who I really can't get on my side of the bench, hey, this is something that a lot of people are getting behind. This is a huge thing. Like, there's naysayers for everything. In any aspect of life, people are trying to be the best people they can be, and I think that esports kind of mirrors that in a way, but also it mirrors athletics, it mirrors everything.